So hello everyone, today we are going to start with day 3 of CATIA Sketcher. So starting with the plane, I'm going to select the plane and say sketch. Here we need to select the commands. So we have completed lines, rectangles and circles. Today we are going to see some modification commands from the operations toolbar. So to start with, I'm going to make a rectangle first. I'm going to say center rectangle, provide the dimensions. Just double click on dimensions option or constraint option so we can give continuous dimensions. So I'm going to select both the lines here. I'll say 135. This side distance I'm going to say 220. So we are having one rectangle here, center rectangle, and now we are going to see the command that is fillet and chamfer. So fillet and chamfer, both the commands comes under operations toolbar. We provide fillets to avoid the sharp corners as well as to avoid the stress concentration at single point. So I'm going to provide the fillet here. Select the option. As soon as you select the option, you will get the subtypes here. Whether you want the fillet without corner construction, or you want the first element, or you want both the elements without trimming, or both the elements with trimming, or both the corner elements as a construction lines, or both the corner elements as a construction lines without trim. So all the options are present here. I'm going to select any one option. I'm going to select the second last option here, construction lines with trim. You just need to select both the lines now and provide the fillet. Now provide the value here. I'm going to say the value as 25. We have this value here, the radius, that is 25. Again fillet, but I'm going to say this time standard lines with trim. So select both the lines here and provide the value by double clicking on it. I'll say 20 mm this time. So we can see the difference. Here the corners are there with construction lines, and here the corners are coming with solid lines. So these are all the subtypes of fillet. If you don't want corners, you can go for that also. Select the fillet again and say the first option that trim all elements. Select both the lines here, and here we have the fillet without having any corners. So in this way we can provide the fillets here. I'll say escape to end the command and undo all the things here that we have made. Next we are going to go for chamfer. In chamfer also we have all the same conditions for the corners. Select both the lines and we have these three options, whether you want the angle and hypotenuse distance, or else you want the double distance, that is first and second length, or else you want angle and first length. So I'm going to go with angle and first length first. Here we have the angle. I'll say this angle as 30 degrees and the length I'm going to take here is 35. So we have the chamfer here with having the value of angle as 30 degrees and the length as 35. You can see here chamfer means a slanted cut removing the corners. We'll see all the types. We'll select the chamfer again, select the corners, and here I'm going to go with hypotenuse. So you have this hypotenuse length this time, not the horizontal or vertical length. You just need to provide the value for the hypotenuse as well as the angle you require. So I'm going to take this angle as 30 degrees this time. So in this way also we can provide the chamfer. And the last one, select the corner, drag it here. Now see, we have not provided the type of the chamfer required. So it is taking by default as an hypotenuse. So after selecting the corners, just don't click directly. Select the type of chamfer first and then go for the corner treatment. So again chamfer, select the corners and go for the type first. I'm going to say this time first and second length. So we have this length here. I'm going to say this length as 30 and this one as 25. So here we have the chamfers. Next we are going to see trim command. It is actually used for trimming as well as extend also. So we are going to make one line first. I'll make this line straight. Now go for this trim command. Select the line and here I'm going to extend it till the next extension or support. As soon as I keep this finger sign on the support, we can see the finger sign near the cursor. The opposite side of the finger will get trimmed and the side near the finger will be as it is. So if I want, I can do this trim as well as extend both at one command. Now in second scenario, again I will draw one line here. We'll go for the second type in the same command, that is trim. Select the subtype from the sketch tools tab. So all the command subtypes will be coming in sketch tools tab. I'm going to select the second type this time. First we have seen here. Select the line again and just extend it till the support. This time, if I click here on the opposite line or support line, the other side will not get trimmed and the line will only be extended this time. So it is only used for extending the lines, the second type. So these were the commands, that is trim. Next option is break. I select this break command. It is used to divide any elements in this sketch. So I'm going to select the line here to divide it, and the first click will be for the selection, and second click wherever I click here, this line will be divided at that point. So I've clicked here. So this line is divided in two portions, we can see here. These are the two portions. Line has been divided. We'll see it again. Select the break command. Select the objects you want to break. Then click wherever you want to break this object. And this object will be divided into two parts. We can see here. So in this way we can use break command. It can be used for any other elements also, such as circles, or any elements such as ellipse, hexagons and all. Next we have this command, that is quick trim. We have seen already quick trim. It is used to erase the object or trimming the object. Just you need to double click here to continuous trim, and if I select it in one click, that means it is going to trim at once only. Not continuous trimming is possible. If you want continuous trimming, just double click it here, and now we can trim it continuously. Any element you can trim here. So in this way we can apply trimming. Next is close arc. So I'll undo this sketch and we'll make one more sketch here. Say escape. I want to zoom in, zoom out. So here we have this tab, that is view tab, in which we have these options, that is zoom in and zoom out. So I'm going to place this tab again here. Select. So this is zooming in, and if I right click on mouse and continuous press the scroll button and then drag the mouse on the table, it is zooming in and zooming out. We can see the double headed arrow. You just need to right click on the mouse and then continuous press the scroll button. You will get this double headed arrow. Just drag the mouse on the table and zoom in, zoom out will take place. This way we can zoom in and zoom out the sketches. I'll take one center point arc here. First point as a center point, then second point and third point. Next we'll go for that command. We have this option, that is close arc. After selecting the close arc, I'm going to select this arc and we can see it is converted into circle. If I provide one fillet also here, I'm going to say fillet, and then if I go for this close arc again, select the arc and it will be converted into a circle. Complete 360-degree circle. If I want to define this circle again, just double click it here. Make this sketch normal first. We have this icon here, we can see in view tab, that is making it normal to. At the bottom side in the center of the screen, we'll select the origin and the center point of the circle, say it vertical dimension first, and then go for the horizontal dimension in same way. Same selections and horizontal measure. Provide the radius or diameter, and here we have this sketch completed as a constraint sketch. Next we have this command, that is complement arc. So for complement arc, again I'm going to take one arc here, center point arc only. I'll take the same center as of the circle. We have this arc. We'll provide the radius here. I'll say this radius as 60 and go for this option, that is complement arc. Select the arc and here have the remaining arc. The arc which was present first will be vanished and the portion which was missing will be seen here. This is the option, that is complement arc. Next we have the option, that is mirror entities. So if I want to mirror the entities, I'll make one line here. Say this as a construction line. Provide the dimension or placement. So I'm going to take it at 200 mm from the origin vertically, and then we are going to go for this mirror command. Select the objects you want to mirror, then select the line, and we can see this object has been mirrored at the upper side also. Same way again I'll repeat this. Select the objects to mirror, select the command and then click on the line, and you will get this object as mirrored object. So in this way we can use this mirror command. Same is the command, that is symmetric command. Now in symmetric command, first I'll make one reference line for symmetricity also. It is similar to mirror command only, but only one thing is changed, that the original object will be erased and the copied object at the opposite side of mirroring will be remaining. So I'm going to select this symmetric command here, select the object, select the line, and we can see the original one is been erased and the mirrored object is been shown here. Next command we are going to see here is translate. Now select the entity, put off this duplicate mode and provide one reference point so as to move as a base point, and provide the length you want to move with. So I'm going to say as 500 mm, and we can see this object has been translated from this position to this position at 500 mm. Translate means move command only. We'll repeat it again. Now if I want to translate this object at this side, I'm going to select the object first, go for this translate command. If this duplicate mode is on, put off the duplicate mode, provide the specific base point and then drag it by providing it with the distance how much you want to move. I'm going to say 300 this time and this direction at the left side. If I want to take it inclined, we can go for inclinations also, but I'm going to move it linearly. So yeah, it is moved at 300 at the left side. We can use this move command as a pattern command also. For that I'm going to make one rectangle. Now I'm going to select this rectangle, select the translate command. This time we are going to copy this entity, select the entity and put on the duplicate mode. Now if I want total entities to be copied as 6, I am going to take the number of instances as 5. We have not included this original one. If I include this original one, the total amount will be 6. Just provide the base point and provide the center to center distance. I am going to take it as 80 mm. And we can see there are total 6 entities. Instances were 5 and including the original one it is 6 here. So here we have the 6 entities. Again we'll select all the 6 entities, go for translate. I'll put up the number instances as 6, including the original it will show 7 rows here. We just need to put the center to center distance again. I'm going to say it's 70 mm, and we can see we have made this entities copied and they are looking like a pattern only. So in this way you can use this translate command. Then we have this rotate command here. So for rotating I'm going to make one rectangle. I'm going to make one corner rectangle here. Go for the rotate command. Select the objects to rotate. Put off the duplicate mode. Select the base point of rotation against which the entity will rotate. Then put off the angle. I'm going to say 45 degrees. And this object has been rotated by 45 degrees here. So in this way we can rotate the entities also here. Next, we can make circular pattern also by using this rotate command. For that I'm going to make some entities first. I'm going to take one circle. I'm going to take one more circle at the quadrant here. After making the circle on the quadrant, we are going to go for rotate command. Select the entities to rotate. Select the center point of this bigger circle and start point. Select the second point as the center point of the second circle that is on this quadrant. Now here we'll put on the duplicate mode and we'll say this entity is at 7. Original will be included and the total entities will be 8. You just need to provide the angle here. We have taken total 8 entities, so I'll say 360 divided by 8. And here we can see these circles are being copied along the circumference of this bigger circle. It seems like circular pattern, but it is not a pattern command. It is rotate command only. We'll undo it again and repeat this command. Select the rotate command. Select the entities to rotate. Select the reference point or starting point. Select the point which will rotate the entities and then put on the duplicate mode. Give the number of instances we have given it here 7. Original will be included and it will be 8, the total number. Provide the angle as 360 divide by 8. You can see here 360 divide by 8 and then say OK. Next we have this option that is scale command. So here the original scale of any object is 1. If I want to double the scale, we will take the scale factor as 2. If I want to half the scale, I am going to take the scale factor as 0.5. If I want to increase the size of the object by 20%, so the scale will be 1.2. If I want to decrease the size by 20%, the scale will be 0.8. So whenever we take the value below 1, the size will be decreased, and above 1, the size will be increased. So I'm going to select this scale command here. Select the entities, put off the duplicate mode, select the base point. As soon as you select the base point, scale factor will be activated. I am going to say the scale factor as 0.5. We can see here the size has been decreased as the scale factor was 0.5. Same we'll do it here also. Say scale, select any one base point, and this time I'm going to increase the scale. I'm going to say 1.5. Here is the scale factor. I'm going to say 1.5. So it is increased by 50% here. Again, one more time. This time I'm going to select duplicate mode. Say scale. Say duplicate mode on. Provide the reference point, and here you can provide the scale factor. So I'm going to say the scale factor as 2. So now the objects we have selected will be sized by 2 times. As the duplicate mode was on, original will also be seen here, and the duplicated or scaled one will also be seen here. So in this way we can use this scale command here. And last but very important command, that is offset command. So for offset command, select the entity you want to offset. I'm going to select this line, make it normal first. I'm going to select this line, and here you can provide the distance of the offset. I'm going to say it as 50 mm. And here we can see this line has been made offset. I'll delete this line and again go for offset command. We'll make one entity here. Provide one fillet at any corner. Say this value as 35. Again go for the offset option. Select the second type and click here. We can see, just provide the value. I'm going to say it here as 15 and enter. So here the second option of the offset tangent propagation means it will continue the lines connected with the tangency to offset. Now the third condition of offset, I am going to select the offset command again and go for this third condition. Select one line and we can see this complete entity will be offsetted whether the tangency is provided or not. We just need to provide the offset value. I am going to say 20 mm. So all the chain offset has been taken place here with all the lines. So this was the third option of the offset. And lastly we have offset at bidirectional sides. I'm going to select bidirectional offset, and here I'm going to select the first type, select this line, and we can see this line is getting symmetrically offset on both the sides. We can provide the values later also. Just double click it here. I'll say 15 mm. And here we can see this offset has been occurring at symmetricity. We have selected this line and both the lines are being made offset at both the multi directions. Again, offset command, repeat offset, select complete chain selection, go for multi-directional or bidirectional on both the sides, select the entity, and here we can see multi-directional offset has been occurring. Provide the distance of offset here. I'm going to say 10 mm. And here we have made both side offset for this entity. We have seen both the entities are coming as a chain offset here. So this was offset command, and these were the tools we were going to see here today. All were the modification tools. We'll continue with the further lectures. Still the sketcher command, some lectures are remaining. Just follow the playlist and continue learning the CATIA software. Till then, thank you.